Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Coffee Break, and welcome back to the Coffee Cast, where I'll be featuring one more series from MegaCon 2013. Once again, I have switched back to XSplit because OBS, for some reason, I swear it's random when it was having these problems. So I'm going to do an uninstall and a reinstall, but to do that, I have to take so much time to be reconfiguring everything, and right now, I just kind of want to cast. So, back to XSplit. So there will be minor lag spikes once we get later on into these games, so I apologize once those do come up. There's not much I can do about that for now. Bear with me, guys. I am getting that fixed. On the bottom left-hand side, we saw her win her last series versus Hanavim, winning out 2-0 there. Well, you guys only saw game 2, but whatever. Work with me here. It is going to be East Street ClarinetKeys. Her opponent, her husband, even, spawning on the top right-hand side. It is going to be the red Terran Blair, East Street VaderSeven. And I'm sorry, Vader, you don't get a fun intro. You know, I can't be like VaderSeven, because then that would just be one-upping your wife. And you know, let's be honest, I already kind of have any idea who wears the pants in the relationship. So playing it safe. So VaderSeven spawning on top, which is interesting because ClarinetKeys is usually on top. And VaderSeven is going to be opening up with the barracks and a single gas, pretty much the same out of his wife. And I think it's going to be really interesting to watch these two play. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. VaderSeven is a higher level player, but really we saw ClarinetKeys play a pretty good series versus Hanavim. I'm really hoping that she pulls a game off, and if she can pull a game off, I could actually see her being able to win off a 2-0 or maybe even a 2-1. That being said, she's going to need to try to find some way to catch VaderSeven off balance. These two players have probably played together quite a bit, and I imagine VaderSeven has taught ClarinetKeys quite a bit of what she knows and of the mechanics that she uses. So I'm curious to see kind of where that takes us. One difference we're already seeing here, oh, that one Marine, pardon me, that one SCV. I swear, Terran is the only race that harasses, or pardon me, Terran is the only race that gets harassed with their building units. I don't know. You think that you'd see people like attack probes or drones sometime? Nope. I mean, I know the building mechanics are different. Just, I don't know. Terrans are jerks. I'm just going to throw that out there. So, it looks like ClarinetKeys unfortunately forgot to drop her orbital command. VaderSeven not quite as behind in that, right? But the barrack is going down at a similar time as the factory for VaderSeven, actually. So there's a little difference in this build. So I guess I was wrong. We are already seeing a pretty big difference in this build, considering the fact that VaderSeven looking for that factory tech very fast, and on the other side of the map, ClarinetKeys going for a faster second barracks. So ClarinetKeys looks like she's opening up the same way she did in her previous matchup, going for stim pack. Probably going to be getting out a lot of concussive shells from Marauders. Following that up with a tech lab right here with combat shields on that. And VaderSeven, I'm not exactly sure. We have a tech lab going down, so it looks like he might be moving into Marine Tank, maybe. Or he could, this actually is post-patch, so he could be going for Infernal Pre-Igniter Hellbats. And that would be my next best guess. I'm not exactly certain. I'm really interested to see where actually both of these players are going. This is actually still a fairly decent timing push, especially when you have a map where you can just make a straight shot across. There's not, you don't have to wrap around the sides or anything. You can just go straight to your opponent's base. And this is a really interesting scouting pattern out of ClarinetKeys. I kind of like it. Once again, she did a great job in the previous game looking for procs, and here you see she's not even going into the main base. She's just looking all over the map, getting a little idea of what's going on right now. If she comes across forces, she'll know, okay, VaderSeven's pushing out a little bit. If she sees proxy barracks, she can go, oh wait, or like actually at this point it'd be more like a proxy starport. She can go, oh, he's trying to hide something. So I love this scouting pattern by her, and at this point she has to know that there's not much of a way that she can get up into this main base, and so VaderSeven is going to be going for that siege tank tech. I don't know how much exactly ClarinetKeys did see out of that. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so she really has no idea at this point that there are these siege tanks on the map, and is he going to pick up that siege tank? It looked like he was microing to pick up that siege tank, which would really confuse me. But he is going for that siege tank, so a very classic Marine siege tank composition out of VaderSeven, which is something that we've actually been seeing come back into popularity lately, which makes me all happy and getting inside, because I will be honest, of every single build order and every single matchup possible in StarCraft 2, Marine tank versus Marine tank is my favorite, hands down. It has the most exciting engagements, and that is a double tank what? What in the tanks in a medevac? I don't exactly know what VaderSeven's going to be going for with this. I am really curious. Is this going to be almost like an immortal drop with siege tanks? That's the best thing I can come up with, really, for this point in time. ClarinetKeys is expanding at a very similar time as VaderSeven. In fact, ClarinetKeys a little bit ahead in that right. Her upgrades also a little bit ahead. I don't even know if VaderSeven has an engineering bay yet. He does not. So ClarinetKeys taking a very big advantage in that, right? Which, I mean, at this point, every advantage you can get in these early game stages can make such a huge difference. The siege tank drop coming into the natural expansion now that he is going to see that. Where is he going to, what is he going to be doing this in? I'm so confused. He's going to be able to kill off that SCV just instantly here and just going to boost straight over in the main base, taking no damage on the medevac, no damage on his siege tank, dropping down in that main mineral line. And it looks like siege tanks actually do a pretty good number against these SCVs, and he's just going to be doing drop rats. This is the first time I have ever seen anything like this, you guys. This is just absolutely awesome. Siege tanks actually doing quite a bit of damage. They're racking up so many kills. 7 workers killed, and not to mention a few Marines as well. We're going to ping back up. Oh, man, flying over that bio ball there, but is going to get out before those missile turrets have finished constructing. And that puts the resources lost at 550 to 1. 8 workers killed total in that engagement, and before that they were actually dead even in the worker count. So VaderSeven, like I was saying, all the advantages you can take are big. He got his advantage right there, and it looks like he's going to be trying to capitalize on that advantage by, well, getting a bigger advantage. Who would have thought? Going to be dropping off once again over in this main base. Might be trying to focus down this tech lab. Oh my gosh, stim pack. Not done yet. This is going to be such a big deal. It is just 15 seconds away from completing. And by 15, I mean 25. But that doesn't matter because it's dead anyways. And that is a huge snipe for VaderSeven. Absolutely phenomenal there by him. It looks like ClarinetKeys is kind of catching on to this pattern here. Going to be getting in position. But, oh, there's one little area that medevac could drop. VaderSeven, are you paying attention to this? Yes, he is. Oh, trying to wrap between the Marines. Both of these, the medevac and the siege tanks, taking a little bit more damage. And Marines versus just straight up siege tanks, 7 damage. Against a unit that has quite a bit of health and 1 innate armor. It's going to be very difficult for those Marines just to be able to punch through that. She really needs to get Marauders in position to be able to deal with the siege tanks, and the Marines there to be able to deal with the medevac, which is now, well, just kind of sitting in position. It looks like VaderSeven might just be sitting there waiting for the opportunity. This is not a good attack by ClarinetKeys, though. I don't know if she realized, but Stimback did not finish. I think she does, because she did rebuild that tech lab, but she has not restarted Stim yet. And without Stim, without medevac, she cannot possibly hope to run up this ramp, especially with siege tanks on the field. She's on, oh my goodness, the first batch of Marines are getting slaughtered. Going to be trying to run up the ramp once again. A siege tank volley takes out about half the health of the first group of Marines, but again, oh, she's just continuing to rally units in here. This is not good. She cannot afford to lose these units right now. 2 Marauders are going to be running up here as well, and they get 1 shot off here. I think that's only a total of 2 or 3 fire shots, whatever, coming out of ClarinetKeys, and these Marines are just going to get cleaned up. In the meantime, VaderSeven going to be dropping off once again with these 2 siege tanks here. This medevac, oh my goodness, I don't know how he keeps getting out with that medevac. 96 to 65 supply. VaderSeven now starting his 1-1 upgrades, and that's going to finish up about the time that ClarinetKeys 1 armor finishes up. So the upgrade is going to be fairly similar fairly shortly here. Oh, excuse me, I just ate a bunch of salty pizza, and it was delicious, but I am so thirsty now. Siege tank drop going to be coming over to the 3rd base now, going to pick off the SCV there and just actually force the cancel, because really ClarinetKeys was going to be in a long time waiting, trying to get reinforcements up there. In the meantime, VaderSeven just kind of going along with the build order. He really has not been disrupted quite yet. The armory finishing up fairly shortly here for those 2-2 upgrades. Quite a few barracks on the field. They're going to be adding in barracks, I don't know. Barracks just sounds really funny. He's going to be adding on a bunch more barracks. And oh my, production tab for VaderSeven right now. Medevacs, tanked, upgrades. He's getting the entire kitchen sink right now. And again, going to be trying to drop off in here. Might be able to pick off this SCV once again. Pesky play out of VaderSeven there. And it looks like 3 shots. Oh, no, actually 4 shots, because these SCVs do have +1 armor. 4 shots kill off an SCV. which, I mean, really isn't too bad with 2 tanks. It's just 2 volleys there. And ClarinetKeys, at this point, she's got to be getting pretty frustrated. In the past couple of games, we've seen her pull off some pretty amazing things when frustrated, like going against that cannon rush and finally just pushing out across the map and slaughtering Hannah. That being said, there are a lot of similar upgrades Marines on the field right now, and to be quite blunt, VaderSeven plain flat out has more on the field. If we even look at the army supply, he's ahead in the worker supply. In the army supply, his upgrades are, excuse me, his upgrades are very similar to ClarinetKeys. And that's not the tab I wanted. There we go. I'm still trying to get used to some of the new tabs. Structures I never use. Upgrades is still a new one to me. And it looks like actually ClarinetKeys never restarted her stim pack. Okay, never mind. Yes, she did. She has restarted her stim pack. I was going to say that would almost be a killing blow. She didn't have that by the time that VaderSeven did move out, who is now getting his +1 vehicle weapons up at this armory because, well, you know, Marine tank. And this is actually a very scary force for VaderSeven. I would like to say this maybe is not a raid in the best order. I would love for him to get down on the low ground a little bit here to maybe help defend this third base a bit. And actually, there's a scouting Marine running out, and she's about to find out that VaderSeven has a third base, and that's gonna just make this pit drop into her stomach. That is not a good thing, especially how many times VaderSeven has denied her base. Oh, can she get the SCV? No, you bastard! You bastard SCV! That's like in League of Legends, I've been told at least, that in League of Legends, it's just like courtesy to give the pentakill if somebody slaughters your team that well. I don't know. Sleeper Cells has his headset on, otherwise I'd have to. Oh, but he might be able to get this kill. Yes, there is one SCV kill there for ClarinetKeys, and this is almost as exciting as the one time. Oh man, he got surrounded. That was uncalled for, VaderSeven. Oh my forces, that's just a lot of stuff on the map right now for VaderSeven. And really, without this third base, without the economy, the third base supports, ClarinetKeys is going to have a very difficult time holding off against a push like this. This many tanks. There are 10 tanks on the field to 0. And to combat Marine tank, you either have to be Sky Terran or be Marine tank yourself. It's going to be so difficult for ClarinetKeys. Otherwise, she's actually going to get a small group of Marines. She might be able to pick off a medevac or 2 here that are leading out the army, but no, going to be running right past that. I don't think she realizes. And actually, VaderSeven, I don't know if he saw either. Now he sees a small group of Marines there going to be going in, going to pay that off, but ClarinetKeys is completely to the north side of the map. She might be going for a counterattack here. Now, VaderSeven going to be trying to run up into this natural expansion. He has the siege tanks getting ready to be sieged up on the low ground. VaderSeven's 4th base, though, about to be under assault, but that is a planetary fortress, and that can kill an infinite number of units because planetary fortress. Blizzard. Planetary fortress actually is going to die somehow because Terran with stim pack. Blizzard. Gosh dang it. The natural expansion of the ClarinetKeys is forced to lift off, but back over at VaderSeven base, ClarinetKeys are doing quite a bit of damage. These siege tanks are not sieged up on the low ground, and that could be a little bit of a problem for VaderSeven, who, even though is up by over 100 supply, could still manage to get his base gutted by this dim bioforce. There's still a very scary force going to be running up in here into the natural. There's a lot of SCVs and they're going to be dying there. They're just trying to engage the Marauders. That's never a good sign. But here comes VaderSeven from the back. He has the superior forces. He has the siege tanks. ClarinetKeys running and trying to snipe that natural expansion. Can she get even that? I don't think she can in this force. Just melting away to the 2-2 bio of VaderSeven. In the meantime, the contain still on for VaderSeven. He has so many orbital commands right now, just scanning up on the high ground, getting all the vision he needs to be able to attack this. And ClarinetKeys, GG's at exactly the 19-minute mark flat. That's called precise timing, guys. That was game number 1 of this best of 3 series. I'm going to go straight into game number 2 as soon as I check the replay, because I just realized I forgot to balance sound and stuff beforehand, so I hope you could hear me over all the siege tank fire. Until next time, guys, this is Coffee Break, signing off. Blizzard.